thank you to my day ones. Hey, day ones. If it's your first time seeing me, hey, king, hey. Hey, queen, hey. And if you're a day one, started from the bottom, now we here. I love all my day ones. And all of my day ones love me. Sit back, relax, grab your snacks, because this is a story time full of tea. And before I start the story time, I want to say, if I make a story time about you, don't get mad, pressed, upset in your feelings, because I'm telling stories about my life. Because the last person I made a story time about, the AGM story time, the person ended up responding because the person ended up sending a video. And if y'all seen the part 2 to that, because I'm gonna post the part 2 before I post this. So anyways, if y'all seen the part 2 to that, y'all seen it was a whole bunch of drama because I made a story time. I made a story time because you was in my life. And so don't get pressed over those story times. Why are you pressed over the story times? We too grown for this. We too grown for this. So, and before we start the video, I want to say the person in this story time, we cool, we cordial. There's no bad blood between us. This happened so long ago, and I just wanted to say that because the person that's in the story time, when I had when I had said cause I had 2 story times on my poll, and I said the time that I got scammed for $400 by a boy, and then I also said the time my cousin was with my man, or the time my man was with my cousin, or something like that. And my cousins, they messy self. I'm not talking about the cousin. I'm talking about the story. My cousins, they messy self. All my cousins who was living it with me, all them messy muck. I love y'all, but all these messy muck that's commenting the cousin story time, cause they want to hear the tea. They want to hear the story time, even though they was living it with me. So. But they wanted to hear the tea. But my actual cousin, who this is about, she commented on it too. So all in all, that's why I'm like, just because you in the story time and just because I'm telling the story, this is for entertainment purposes only. We ain't got no beef. We cordial. We cool, because baby, I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no time for that. I ain't got no beef with nobody that I tell story times about. Y'all just in my life and I'm telling the story. So let's get to it. Let's get into it. Let's get into the story. Okay, cool. So the dude that was my boyfriend at the time, we gonna call him Plains, and then my cousin, we gonna call her Lucky. Those are the only 2 people that's like really important to the story at the time. And pause before I start telling the story. If y'all see me on my last post and I'm wearing the same outfit that I was, it's because in that video I recorded it in the same day. So I was just in my room and I was recording the same day. See my room. Okay, cool. Let me move my water bottle. Anyways, so the boy, we're going to call him Plains, and my cousin, we're going to call her Lucky. So this story takes place about in 7th or 8th grade. Like, I'm telling you, it was a long time ago. So some of the details I don't remember. Some of the details I'm going to be kind of foggy on. I'm telling you. But this took place in 7th or 8th grade. So when I was in 7th grade, I went to the school. We're going to just say, if you from the south side of Houston, you know. I went to Cullen Middle School. Cullen Middle School. And next to Cullen Middle School, it was these apartments. We're going to call the apartments the hood. So, boom. So I stayed in these apartments called the hood. I stayed in the hood. Because they the hood. But anyways, I stayed in the hood. And so they was having this party in the hood. And you know, they be having parties in the hood. Everybody invited. They don't care if they don't know you, if they do know you. If they don't know you, if they know your cousin, baby mama, uncle, sister, brother, auntie, uncle. If they having a party in the hood, you invited. Everybody invited. It's a block party at this point because everybody invited. So boom. We just moved in the hood. And they was having a party. I think it was like someone's kid's birthday party or whatever. And mind you, at the time we were kids too. So like, yeah, it's somebody's kid's birthday party. But it was somebody's kid's birthday party. And I came to the party and Plains was also there. And so me and Plains, we were talking and we was just conversing, you know, the little things that little kids, I can't say teenage because in middle school you're not really a teenager, but the stuff that little puppy love kids do when they in a relationship or whatnot. Well, we wasn't even in a relationship at that point. We just talking, and we was cool, and I liked him and he liked me, but we didn't know it at that point. That had to be like somewhere near November, because we started talking at like December. So me and my brother, we used to go to this church, and they used to have Saturday church. So they came, the church band would come and pick us up, and then they would take us home. Okay, boom. So the church band came and dropped us back off at home, and Plains just so happened to be outside by my alleyway. I don't know if he was like walking past or what. I don't know if he was walking past or what. But since he was outside, me and him, we ended up talking. So we started talking. We started having we started having a conversation, and the conversation kind of got good or whatever. Okay, cool. So we ended up exchanging kicks. Because at that time, that was what was popular. If y'all my age, if y'all like 21, 22, 23, y'all know at the time in middle school, if we was in middle school, they had like Kick Messenger. And this is going to be important to the story. Kick Messenger. Remember Kick Messenger. Y'all remember Kick back in the day? I know it's not just me. We used to be on Kick like it was Instagram. And y'all remember Instagram, before you could go in somebody's DMs, they didn't have DMs when Instagram first started. You had to like comment under somebody's picture and have conversations with them. Y'all don't remember when y'all had to comment under somebody's pictures and have conversations with them? Okay, just me? Okay, cool. It's cool. It's okay. I'm old. Back to the story in hand. So, boom. Me and Plains, we ended up exchanging kicks. So we ended up texting each other. I don't even know what we was texting about. We probably texted about puppy love, stuff like that. Where does my cousin come and play? I know that's what y'all thinking. So boom, mind you, me and my cousin, Lucky, we were close. So we used to talk all the time, and we used to text all the time and stuff like that. So boom, I had met Plains, and I thought I was in love with him. Mind you, I was in puppy love with him. Me and Plains, we ended up talking for like 2 years, all in all. But we gonna get to that. We gonna get to that part. But anyways, so I had left Cutland Middle School, and I had went to Kip Liberation Middle School. So this is now transferring from the 7th grade year to 8th grade year, because I think at the start of this story, it was like maybe the ending of 7th grade year. So now this part right here is going to be the beginning of 8th grade year, like the entirety of 8th grade year. Because me and Plains, we talked the entirety of 8th grade year. We talked the half of the 7th grade year, the entirety of 8th grade year. And in 8th grade year, in the summer of the 8th grade year, that's when stuff happened with my cousin. Well, in the school year going to summer, that's when stuff happened with my cousin. So okay, boom. So I had moved to Kip Liberation now. And now I'm at Kip Liberation, and if y'all know anything about Kip, it's a charter school, so they're very strict on any rule they have. I used to work at Kip, but I also used to go to Kip. So Kip is strict on any rules they have. And why am I telling you this? You're gonna see. They strict on their rules. So they had a cell phone policy. It's not like regular school where you could have your phone and they probably tell you, oh, put your phone up. Oh, please put your phone up. No, if you go to Kip and you have your phone out and they catch you with your phone out, they are taking your phone and charging you $15 to get it back. I always found that insane. How you gonna charge me for my own phone? You know? Like kids nowadays in school, like you could have your phone anywhere at any time. My cousin Lucky, she was like, oh, you haven't, because I was telling her about my man. You're not supposed to tell nobody about your man, especially the good stuff about your man, because they're going to want to see it for themselves. Okay, just keep that in mind. So I was telling her about my man. I guess like 2-3 months after me and him started dating, I was like telling her about him or whatever. And I was like, oh, Plains, he's such a great guy. He's so dreamy. bombastic side eye. I don't even think I said that right. Oh, but I was like, oh, Plains, he's such a good guy. He's so dreamy. Oh, I like him. I think I really like him. And mind you, back in the day, Plains was he was a 304 because that wasn't even the first. Like, I don't think my cousin was even the first girl who he had talked to outside of me. Because this first girl, let's get into the first girl. Because the first girl, me and her had class together, and I don't know how he ended up texting her, but I know the girl, she was a little 304. She was a little hottie. She was a little 304. Her name was, we gonna call her Nija. Her name was Nija, and we in 8th grade, and Shorty telling me, oh yeah, I gave this man oral and I threw up. Bombastic side eye. But I don't know, somehow they got to talking, but he was like they didn't talk, but somehow they got to talking. But that's not the story y'all here for, you know. But I'm just showing y'all that Plains was a little 304. And mind you, we young. We are young. We young. We think we in love. We thought. But anyways, getting back to the story in hand. So Lucky wanted to meet my boyfriend. So I was like, okay, cool. So we had made a group chat together on Kick. And while I was at school, because Kick schools go from like, you go to school at like 8:30, but you don't get out of school to 4. So that's a lot of hours, you know? Anyways, anyhow. And then back then, I had phones that wasn't on. I had a phone, but my phone wasn't on. So it's like, oh, you can only use your phone and Wi-Fi type stuff. But anyways, I'm just rambling. But anyways, my cousin and my boyfriend, you know how I said we had a Kick group chat. They wasn't texting each other in the group chat. They was texting each other private. And how I found out is one day, me and Plains, we was kicking it and we was chilling, and I seen a message from her on his phone. So I look at the group chat, but there's no message in the group chat. Like, there's not a message in the group chat. And I'm like, why is she texting you private? And he was like, oh, it's nothing. We're just friends. Da 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 da. I'm like, And what's crazy is I had ended up stopped talking to Plains because I was like, you are 304. I'm done. Da da da. But I was done. But I didn't know how to be done. Like, you know how you done, but like you want to be done with a person because you know they treat you bad, but you don't know how to be done with a person because you still want that person, even though you know they treat you bad. But when you have the good times with that person, it's like the good days outweigh the bad. So you're like, maybe I just wanna. So I left him. I broke up with him, and him and my cousin, they started talking. How I know they started talking? Cause on Kick back in the day, we know every emotion we had, we put it as a profile picture. So if we was dating somebody, we put it as a profile picture in our name. We would put like the other person's names and stuff like that. I don't know. I find that really stupid now. If you was depressed, you know, you would put that little dark circle on Kick. Like, come on now, we know. So they had pictures of each other on their Kick picture and stuff like that, and their names and stuff like that. And when I would see my cousins, like, when I see my cousins, she'll be throwing shade and stuff like that. So, boom. One day, we was going through the whole ups and downs. And Plains ended up being in my house. Because at this time, Plains didn't end up. It was a situation that Plains had at home, and they ended up moving from the hood to Lake Jackson. No, they ended up moving from the hood to Lake Jackson, Angleton area. You know, if you know, you know. But anyways, Plains would still come to the hood on some weekends and stuff. So this day, cause I have a cousin, we gonna call my cousin. We gonna call him Leo. My cousin Leo, he hang with a whole bunch of people, and you gonna see how this. Cause my cousin Leo had brought my cousin Lucky, and I was hanging out with Plains. And my cousin Leo brought my cousin Lucky to the house while I was hanging out with Plains. So y'all finna get the tea. Get the tea, bro. This is some tea right here. So my cousin Leo, he be hanging out with a lot of people. He be having a lot of people with him. So this day, he had Lucky in the car with him. And mind you, me and Plains, we was hanging out, but I think it was hot outside, so we was like chilling in like, we're like chilling in the living room of their house or chilling in the living room of our house, because you know his sister was like one of my best friends, so they would be like in our living room and stuff like that. Like you couldn't go to the room, but you go to the living room. Okay, cool. Cause his sister would be in my house, and his sister, me and his sister best friends. So this day, Lucky, she comes in the house and like she kind of side eyes Plains, and so mind you, me and Plains is in the house together, and then he sees Lucky. It's like he seen a ghost, and I had found out that he had went in the back of the alleyway, and he was talking to her and stuff like that. He was talking to Lucky and stuff like that, and he was telling Lucky, oh yeah, we don't talk, da da da, excuse me. He was like, we don't talk, da 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 da, and they end up kissing, da 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 da. And I'm like, that's crazy, because you was just in my face. You was just in my face, and you back here with Shorty, and you kissing Shorty, and you doing this with Shorty. Because I'm like, how come when you see her, you just disappear? You was just sitting here with me, and we was just looking at stuff. Now you outside, and you disappeared. And then mind you, when I see Lucky, Lucky's throwing shade, she's throwing little looks, like it's giving attitude. The whole time it's giving attitude. And she'll be on my Instagram and stuff, and she'll be throwing a little shade, and I'll be throwing a little shade at her and all that. But mind you, we chasing the whole man that ain't nothing. Well, she at this time, I guess he was talking to both of us, but she had him, I guess, cause they was seeing each other. But they was seeing each other, and I didn't know about it, cause my cousin was saying that they were linking and they were going places and they were seeing each other, so they seen each other. But basically, he was telling her one thing and he was telling me another, and that's insane. So they was in a relationship. I guess that didn't end up working out. So Lucky decided to date his homeboy. That's what he told me. He was like, Lucky decided to date his homeboy. And from then, it was still beef, because it wasn't beef, but it was still, it was beef. I ain't gonna say it wasn't beef, but it was still beef, because my cousins, they would say little slick stuff. They were like, oh, she got your man, and da 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 da. And half of my cousins was on each side. My cousins, they was not mutual people. My cousins, all my cousins was on each side. They're like, oh, she got your man, da da da. It was never y'all going after the same man. Y'all look stupid. Y'all look stupid. It was, she got your man, da da da. Look at it, she got your man, da da da. Especially my one cousin. He was, we gonna call him Taro. Taro. He was with it. But yeah, she was throwing shade at me. I was throwing shade at her. She decided to, after they didn't work out, she dated his homeboy. Let's go. We're gonna go in our time machine and we're gonna go to 2022. But anyways, what else was I gonna say? So anyways, let's go forward in the time machine to 2022, because this whole time, mind you, this whole time, me and my cousin, we are not talking. And so in 2022, my cousin had DM me. It was like right before my birthday. I had made a birthday post. Like, you know how you make your birthday post and you counting down days to your birthday and stuff like that. So I had made one of the posts like that, and she had slid up under it. But I'm gonna read the messages. So yeah. Get into it, y'all. Get into it, y'all. Let's get into the drama. Let's get into the tea. Because she texted me December 6th, 2022 at 8:55 p.m. She said my name. And I said, what's up? She said, I know we ain't been the best of friends or even close at all, but I know I did some effed up stuff when we was kids. I wanted to apologize for real. I'm sorry, and I ain't got no excuse for it. Really, I was just young and dumb. I let stuff go to my head, and I crossed the line. I shouldn't have, and I crossed the line, and I shouldn't have. And for that, I'm sorry. And you don't have to forgive me or believe me, because I know I was wrong. That's what she texted me. I said, thank you, when we was young. I'm past that. We grown. We could be cool at the end of the day. We still family. We was not even teenagers back then. It's no bad blood or nothing. She said, I know, but I never apologized to you. And you trusted me to introduce me to him. And I did some effed up stuff. But you welcome, and thank you for accepting my apology. I said thank you, and I ain't never had no bad blood, because at the end of the day, life too short, and I still got love for you, and you still my cousin. I feel like, to be honest, we need to be closer, because we are so distant, because, you know, like, people be dying every day, and you distant with your family members, and people be dying every day. And what if your cousin died, and then the last thing you got to remember your cousin is y'all was arguing about some stuff that happened in 2015. 2015. She said, I know I be wanting to invite you to parties and stuff. We be having fun. I ain't really know how you feel, so I was just keeping my distance. And that was really all on that subject. And on my birthday, she said happy birthday and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's up to speed now. I seen her at a party. My cousin was having a New Year's Eve party. We seen each other. We was cool, cordial. I gave her a hug before I left. Everything was cool, clean, and cordial, because this stuff happened in 2015. So yeah, now we cool, we calm, we cordial, and it's all love. It's all love. This is just a story time. And it's crazy how this video right now, this video is 30 minutes long. This is going to be a long video, but I swear the tea is worth it. The tea is worth it. I didn't see myself posting a long video like this. I didn't see the video being this long, but thank you to my day ones. I love all my day ones, and all my day ones love me. Like, comment, and subscribe, and tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Have a good day. Thank you to my day ones. Mwah. My day ones. Thank you to my day ones.